and we are Sound Helm. We're glad to have you out to the Beer Fest today. Hope you're all having a good time. Have some suds, some Silicon Slopes. And today we're going to talk to you about our upcoming release of Sound Helm. First, I'm going to start out with a little bit of our background about where we came from. Myself, I'm Casey Pearson. I've got Sam Hunter here and Tony Viala. And together we make up Sound Helm. We've got a good, diverse group. I'm in charge of research and development. Sam here is in charge of manufacturing, and Tony's in charge of all the marketing and business side. And together we have 25 years of entrepreneurship experience. And I want to talk to you now about where Sound Helm came from. I'll get to what the product is in a minute, but I want to show you where we came from. So it started out a long time ago when there was a different version of me. There was Chubby Casey. And I was sitting around at restaurants, eating lots of food, and sitting on my phone, and I was not active, and I wanted to be active. So I went to the gym. I started hitting up the gym. And the best thing I could do for the gym was these headphones that you can see here. And they worked. They worked for I did a lot of trial and error with the sweat and getting everything working, and that worked because it gave me my music that I wanted to help me keep a rhythm, get in flow in the gym. And then I decided I wanted to get outside. And I live in Utah, it's a great state, we got tons of outdoor activities here. I picked mountain biking. And so once I got out mountain biking, I was like, I want to bring what I had with me in the gym on the trail. The problem was I had cords in the way, I had sunglasses now to put on that you don't wear in the gym, that they interfere with your ear, and it just didn't work. I was blocking out all the noise. I couldn't hear all the things that I wanted to hear. And so you can see here on the trail test of my first iteration of Sound Helm, and it was just a speaker mounted underneath the brim of my helmet so that I could have my music and have my surroundings. And I wanted to bring this further than that, so there was lots of design iterations, and I got paired up with Sam and Tony, and we did a bunch of work, and we got to the point where we were ready to do beta testing. You see here in the home office putting together a bunch of units to get out on the trail to get feedback from our audience. And so this is what we have now. This is Sound Helm, and what we have is a PODS speaker system that mounts on your helmet, and it has Bluetooth connectivity to give you your music. So this puts your music outside of your ear, not in your ear, so you can have your music and have your environment around you. And all of that is just so that we can share what we love and have everyone else have that too. And that is an augmented environment. Be out on the trail, have your best ride, have your flow, have your band with you, and still hear your tires on the dirt, just shredding down the hill like you want to. And that's where, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the product in a minute, the final view of it. But Tony's going to talk to us about the marketplace first, and here he is.
So the cycling community, the one that we picked to launch the product in, is, especially here in Utah, is exploding. A lot of people are getting on bikes. A lot of newcomers to the industry are entering cycling. And so we feel it's a great opportunity to deliver this product to a consumer base that's already used to having their music with them everywhere they go. Cars, gyms, and now when they get outside and get on their bikes, that idea can continue. And so we feel that that's where our brand longevity exists, is in people getting outdoors and wanting to enjoy their music while they're outside. We also feel that the technological component of our product, being mobile connectivity, is also a theme that people really can relate with and that they'll really grasp. And it's not a new concept, right? It's something that we're all super familiar with, and we're always looking at ways to connect our mobile devices with the things and places that we go to. One of the challenges that a business like this has, product business, is getting to market quickly. So designing the product, making the thing, packaging it, and delivering it is a lengthy process. However, because of the team we've assembled and the tools and knowledge that we have, we feel that we can curb that to a great degree and get the product to the audience a lot quicker. Some of the threats are obviously, like Casey described, the existing product: earphones, earbuds, that people are already using. However, we can map that with a totally new experience that, like Casey said, augments the outdoor experience. There are some competitors out there that are doing something similar, but at a much higher price point that we're going to come in at. So we feel that's the way we're going to get a big win, is by delivering a product that's a lot more affordable and a little easier to use than what's out there. What's coming next is what Sam's going to talk to us about.
So thanks, Tony. So I'm Sam Hunter, and I'm in charge of manufacturing. So this project has been going on for about 3 years. Casey's been working and developing this product for about 3 years. And in the last 6 months, we got a little knob with an 11 on it, and we turned it all the way up to go as fast as we can. So we've gone through the process of doing outdoor demos, getting feedback from our customers, and making tweaks to our design based on that feedback. As a matter of fact, here's some of the feedback that we've received. I mean, we've done surveys and things like that. So these are some of the positive things. I mean, here Ben says that it's a game changer in how he rides and what he does. And Justin says that he really likes the sound quality and the ease of use. And so we've also received some constructive criticisms and things like that. So we've received some of those. Needs more audio range, increased bass range. And so Casey here has spent a long time developing the audio range and the bass. And now we have a final product that's ready to go. We've filed provisional patents, and we are ready to go to market. Well, ready to go. We're ready to go into low rate production. Sorry, not ready to go to market. One of our advantages is that I own a machine shop. So within our group, we have a machine shop that is fully production capable, fully mold making capable, and fully plastic injection molding capable. So within our machine shop, we can make our molds, we can iterate, and we can improve our design very, very quickly. And once we have all that put together, Sound Helm, Sound Helm is coming to the forefront. We really feel like our final designs are done, and we can come to market in the next 2 months. And so the next 2 months, we're going to be able to have packaging ready to go on the shelf, and we are really excited about it. And as a team, we're very confident on the timeline. So I'm going to turn this back over to Casey. He's going to talk to us a little bit about the final designs that we've had and what you guys are going to be seeing from Sound Helm.
Thanks, Sam and Tony. So here's our Sound Helm version 1.0, and a couple bullet points of what we've been working on based on customer feedback and trials with all the different helmets out there, since we are an add-on product. So we've got a FlexTech mounting system, which allows us to have that pod actually flexible so they can mount to different curvatures and geometries of helmets. That has been a challenge, and we've overcome that. And we've got the Affix pod styling, which is our own brand name for the shape of the pod that matches the curvature and the geometry of helmets, so that it blends in instead of being something that sticks out. And then we've also got, of course, the ear-facing speaker that gives us our full experience. And we've taken our customer feedback and went back to the workbench for quite a while now. It delayed our production, but we're okay with that because now we've got a bass reflex, and so we've got a full audio range. And of course, we've got Bluetooth connectivity for all of our connectivity with our phones and mobile, and to keep those wires out. So you put on your helmet and you're done. You strap your helmet and you go for the road. And that's where we're at. So we are ready to go. Any questions for us?
All right, thank you, Sound Helm. Can I give the mic to?
So really cool. You guys have a lot of competition in the market. Just because alternatives to sound while you're outdoors and just anywhere is high. So I know you talked about the market, but what is it that you guys are doing, you think, for this launch? So you've got this, you've done all this work, you've got this better, kind of audio experience, you've got where you're going, but what's the plan for the launch once you get through the production side?
What's the what was last word?
Plan for launch.
Plan for launch?
So market strategy.
We want to go grassroots. We want to grow this locally. We're here local. We have access to local tooling, and our plan is to just build that up local. And we're going to start with local bike shops. We're doing trailhead demo days, so keep tuned on us for social media to see when those are coming up. And we're going to go that way. We want word of mouth referrals. We want connections with local community. So that's how we want to do it.
Any crowdfunding thoughts as like a potential way to go?
We've looked at crowdfunding, and actually Sam has some good experience, so I'm going to let him answer that question.
So it's really interesting because the Kickstarter community has changed a little bit. So I've had successful crowdfunding, Kickstarter campaigns, and since I've done it, I've seen the ethos of Kickstarter and some of these crowdfunding sites change, especially with product-based systems. People have been burned enough and they're disillusioned to the point where if it's not ready to go in 2 months, they aren't really interested. I mean, they've kind of got the Amazon mentality at this point. And so a lot of the comments that come back from these is, man, if these things aren't on the shelf and I have 1,000 of them and I can't deliver in a week, then people are kind of staying away from the product-based crowdfunding. We've seen that, and it's still something that we are looking into, but we want to be further along in our process. I mean, we are now at a point where final designs are done, but even at that, when final designs are done, we feel confident about 2 months, but you don't know what's going to hit the fan. We've been at this game long enough that we understand that nothing goes as planned, but if you don't plan, then you're going to fail no matter what.
So that's the go-to-market strategy. What do you look like after your initial launch? Where are you going to sell these? What channel are you going to use for distribution? And after that, give me a little bit of a feel for what the visual patterns of my idea.
Great, I'll let Tony answer the marketing question. I'll talk about the patent.
So one of my shticks with marketing is the digital element of communicating a message. And so at launch, your question, one of the challenges with this sort of product is the experience. It's not like you can see something and visualize it and then decide you want to buy it. This is something you sort of have to experience first. And so a lot of our content is going to be geared to communicating that message. What are you going to experience with this product at initial launch? And then after that initial launch, the splash, we're going to look at vendor distribution with like large-scale product vendorships within the cycling community that sell and distribute to all cycling retailers. And so when you get in with these key umbrella companies, they then have eyeballs for all the retailers under them. And so I feel is a good strategy, and I've used it in my own business that I have running as a way to, after it's proven, then you can open all these channels kind of all at once. Once the product's dialed in. So that's a little bit after the launch. And then questions about that?
Do you want to do the prohibitive patent? I'll let Sam answer that. He actually thought it.
So our IP is based on, ever since helmets and speakers have existed, people have been trying to put them together in different formats and different arrays. And so our IP is based on mounting to the outside of the helmet with the speaker coming underneath the helmet. And so we've had to get pretty specific about it just because what is out there, what's on the market, what's already been released. There's a lot of speaker-mounted helmet systems out there for, in the welding, in safety and security with firemen and police helmets and things like that. So what we've had to do, we've taken a look at what IP exists, and we've tried to find a little hole where our product actually fit really well. So mounting on the outside with a speaker that comes under the brim, which is pretty good. I think it will stop a lot of copycats, and the other people that are out there in the market right now are bringing speakers like off little weird gangly things and coming at the ear, and they don't integrate well, they don't look good, and so we feel like we've hashed out a little space in the market, and maybe the biggest space in the market to be proven, right? That this thing integrates well, it looks nice, and I think people will be really happy with the product. And once people get the feeling for that product and how it looks and how it integrates, I don't think anybody's going to hold a freaking candle to us.
So, quick comment. I love the idea of finding your flow. I think you guys need to marry that along with the comment that one of your reviewers made about the immersion of being able to have the music and yet still experience their environment. You guys need to take that and figure out how to work that into your marketing message. So grab hold of that. The two questions I have for you are, one, you showed your shop. How many units can you produce per month right now? Like what's your current production, and have you done anything from a scaling production plan?
I'll let Sam fill that one in.
So right now, once our molds are produced, because final designs just got finished. Like literally last week, final designs got finished. Once molding's produced, my estimate is that we're going to be about 1,000 units a month is what we're going to be able to produce out of that. We do have changes in mind, but we aren't waiting for those changes to go into the sales avenues. It's not worth it. Like, we've got a great product now, we want to get out there, and we will make improvements as we go along. But as we make improvements and go along, we're going to have circuitry, and at that point, it's probably going to be an outsourced product and get them landed here. I mean, it's what China's good at, man. And at the end of the day, once we have this proven out with our low rate production and our capabilities in-house, we will be working on a plan in dual path to get this stuff spec'd out, and so they can come landed to us and we can just ship them out the back door. I mean, it's a dual path thing, but this is good enough, and not just good enough, it's pretty fabulous right now. But we want to integrate electronics, we want to do a lot of stuff that's really fancy, and honestly, they do a really good job of that.
Yeah.
They really do.
And I guess the recommendation is don't wait to start doing your scaling production plan, because if you guys kill it and you have an order a month from now for 10,000 or 20,000, like I'm not joking. You need to be ready. You need to be thinking about those things now, so that if that order comes, you're able to run. And then the second question I have is resiliency. So you have a high impact sport, potentially high impact, depending if you have a good or bad time, right? Have you done crash tests? If I wipe out once, is this product kaput, or like how resilient is it to impact?
I can say I've personally done a few crash tests. I was out riding in February down in Vegas trying to get an early spring in, and the trails were still wet down there. I face planted right in the trail, and I had dirt all over my helmet, smashed the thing right into the ground, not a hiccup. We beat these around, your helmet you don't take good care of. You get done with the trail, you throw it in the back of the truck. We haven't had any issues with that. We've been out in the rain, been out in the mud, and so we're comfortable with where we're at. And of course we're looking at the IP ratings to make sure all of our components have those with them, so that we can have an appropriate warranty with them as well.
I was going to make some sort of funny comment, but it didn't come out right. But there have been many times that I've done headers that I wish I would have had music while I was happening. Sound Helm, a big applause for what I'm going to do.
We did.
All right, next up we have Spencer.